Morning everybody, another cold morning here at Durham Coachworks. And we're going to do a video today on our new tool at the workshop. Something I looked for myself when I was buying one was a good review of a dry ice blaster. Something you can actually buy, something reasonably affordable, available on eBay and places like that, without paying £25,000 for a Karcher one. Now they might not be as good, but we're going to give it a go. And I thought I'd give you the review now. So here we go. We decided to try the AUTOOL HTS 708, which actually came from AUTOOL on eBay. Now, it was still around £2,500, but it was considerably cheaper than the other options like Karcher and Dry Ice Pro, whatever it's called. Now, in my eyes, and I'm sure someone in the comments will probably correct us, but really this is just the ice crusher. For anybody who doesn't know how it works, basically you buy pelletized CO2 or dry ice, like in Top of the Pops in the 80s, and it crushes it up into sort of a fine dust, a bit like shot blasting, and it's fired out at a high velocity, and it causes something that will be called sublimation, like an explosion on the surface of the material, the instant freezing, and the high pressure air blows all the dirt and the grime off. So really it's just a big ice crusher. Now I'm certain there are quality differences between this AUTOOL and the Karcher and the likes, but for a £15,000 or £20,000 difference in cost, I thought this was worth giving it a go. Everybody knows the most important part about these is your airflow, so using a hobby compressor in a backstreet garage isn't going to be enough. You're looking at needing somewhere near 100 CFM at about 80-90 PSI constantly, so you need a road compressor or a hydrovane compressor. Here we have two 40 CFM piston compressors, so I think 80 CFM is going to be enough to do what we need to do. The machine itself looks pretty good, to be honest. The quality wise, you get some 1/2-inch air hose with some fittings and a valve to go to your compressor. You get this air hose to your blasting gun with an amphenol connector for your start and stop. And this is the lance. It has an anti-static bag on it, because obviously you'll create quite a lot of static blasting ice onto a vehicle, and you do get some earth clamps and other bits and pieces, so you can attempt not to cause too much static on the vehicle. You get a variety of nozzles. These ones are more aimed towards inlet valve, inlet body cleaning, so short, long nozzles with flexible ends, some with points on, some with angles on, to get into the valves if that's your thing. We've used it on bodies, around suspension components, around engine bays, and it's perfectly fine to do large areas as well. Although you can get duckbill attachments to do wider areas, your airflow would increase quite dramatically. This is the little hopper where you put the ice. It holds about 7.5 kilos of ice, but we generally just put sort of 4 scoops in, which is about 2 kilos at a time, and try and keep the ice as cold as possible in the freezer box. To be honest, quite impressed with it. It's quite heavy, it's nearly 100 kilos. I'm not entirely sure what's inside of it other than some kind of crushing thing and some pressure management stuff, but I haven't opened it up to have a look. But so far I'm pretty impressed, so I'll show you a couple of videos now of doing some blasting, and then we'll come back. That's it. We did quite a bit of blasting with the AUTOOL. Well, I say quite a bit, maybe an hour. 15 kilos of ice. I'm really impressed. I think, providing that you have an ample source of air, as you can probably see there, with a half-inch inlet line, with about 80 CFM and about 80 PSI, probably about 10-15 kilos an hour. Really good. I think, yes, it is the cheaper end of the market for a dry ice blaster. You can buy Karcher ones for 20 grand, but providing you've got adequate airflow, you use it correctly, you can get some really awesome results. And when I was looking to purchase one, I looked everywhere on YouTube for a video reviewing them and I couldn't find one. So I hope this video is helpful to somebody who's looking to buy one. And I definitely would recommend it, providing that you have an adequate compressor, because I think that's the most important factor. Anyway, thank you very much, and hopefully you'll come back and watch some more videos of Durham Coachworks. See you soon.